Okay, looks like we have good files. No red dots yet. And nothing in the replay. Okay, so at the moment we haven't seen. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. At the moment, there's no enemy units in line of sight. Doesn't mean we haven't seen them, and they haven't seen us. Okay, so. Okay, so we'll inspect the troops, I guess, because make that a habit. Even though nothing's happened, so shouldn't be anything unusual. And I want to get used to doing things as just as a part of the routine rather than doing it because I think something's happened. Just to get used to the process. Still very new to this. And I tend to forget a lot of things, I find. Oops. I went through. I started the cycle again. Let's have a look around. These guys should not be able to see anything, I think. Okay, so we're going to continue moving up in the side, I think. What are the chances of the enemy being really close by here? Well, if it's an armored vehicle, it could be you already. So, and if they're running an armored vehicle, they're not going to stand much chance. Just need to decide whether to move them up in the open. Move them there. Yeah, let's put him there. That minimizes the chances of them being seen, I think. Yeah, they would have to be on top of the ridge already, which is gonna make them pretty obvious. Side, I think. Okay. Probably gonna have to slow down the next turn. Approaching this rise here, because we can't move over too fast. Just to get an idea what's on the other side of it first. So I think that'll be the end of the maximum movement for them down here. Around. Okay, well, they don't have any line of sight anyway, so enemy's line of sight is quite limited. Okay, so the question is which, if I put him there. He's gonna be in plain sight to anybody moving up through here or under these hills. Yeah, I'm gonna put him here. It's a risk that if there's anybody who can see him, he might react. I'm gonna put him here. I just don't want to put him on the road. Okay. And they will move up to here. Line of sight's pretty limited here, so we may... Well, the thing is, if there's enemy units here, they would have to be moving pretty fast for them to have reached this point already. So yeah, I don't think there's too much to worry about just yet. The thing is, if they're moving that fast, I would probably see them. Chances are very high. Okay, so So, 10, height 10, height 15. Okay, so this is a slope. I move all the way here. Does that? What good does that do? Yeah, let's try and bring the scouts as far forward as possible. So I'm gonna try moving to here. It's risky because I don't know what route it's gonna take. Yeah. But I mean, if it decides to move up under the height 20 for whatever reason, let's see why could it go? So yeah, that's because I don't know exactly where it's gonna move. Would it go up to the height 20? Probably not. I can't see any reason why it would go up to the height 20, because that's moving up the slope is an extra cost, so that would slow it down. Let's take the risk. Okay. I put this one here. I won't unload them this turn. I'll unload. Well, just in case, I won't unload them this turn. Now. Oh, they won't be able to see anything anyway, so no point looking with them. Well, worst case is there's units up here already. Okay, so this is not height 10, height 5, height 5. There's no actual flat area near, which is, I thought there was, but anyway. Okay, I think actually I'm done. um, not much more I can do because I haven't seen anybody, and we'll find out whether I've been seen in the next turn. um, Now, in the last battle, the second turn, he was already taking victory X's, so not sure. This area is suddenly looking very, very dangerous. Why? Because it's an obvious area to try to take. I mean, it's the high ground. Here, from here you could probably get line of sight fairly well into that area. Same for this side, you can see what's going on over there. So I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this. Well, anyway, I was thrown off by the fact that I started on a different side than I was expecting. Something else you have to get used to is which side the your nation will start on in a certain battle. I always thought the Germans always started on the left-hand side unless it was against the Soviets, which would put the Soviets on the left-hand side. But it seems that Czechoslovakia falls into that same category where the sides get swapped. Because even though I'm player 2, I still started on I I said left-hand side. I meant right-hand side. I started on the left-hand side when I was expecting to start on the right-hand side. Okay, so just look around again. These guys, they shouldn't be able to see anything because they're very far back. I'm relying on this recon to do the spotting for me. I'm wishing I'd started this recon further up, but that may not be a bad thing because these would probably be the first ones that will be spotted, which is not the worst thing. Yeah, I think I'm done. Without actually seeing any enemies, there's not much more I can... no other choices I can make at the moment. Yep, we're ended there. Do I need to do second inspection? Probably not. No, we don't need to because there's been no firing. There's been no attacks, so that's what changes the ranges on each unit. So you would need to reset those in that case. Okay, so the thing is, how far we have to go here. You guys have only managed to move 2 X's per turn. Some of these have moved more, but now he's out of contact with his visual contact with his commander. We'll see. That's like I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this area. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, gonna end the turn there. Okay, so